webinar. Today's webinar topic is lockdown COVID-19, which is actually the need of current time. So to present this topic, we have our guest, external guest. His name is Dr. Ruchir Rastogi. Uh, Dr. Ruchir Rastogi is MBBS. He is MD Community Medicine. He holds diploma in health and family welfare management. He is a member of Delhi State Rapid Response Team for COVID. And Dr. Ruchir comes from Maulana Azad Medical College. So we have a COVID expert here, and we would start the presentation shortly. Before that, I would like to give some guideline. So this presentation will be for around 45 minutes. So we request everyone to listen the presentation carefully, because once you listen the presentation, most of your query or questions will be answered during the presentation. But if you listen the presentation, you will have a lot of clarity. Still, if you have any questions, so we will spend another half an hour post this presentation for taking question and answers. So how you can put your question? So if you have any question, kindly put it in Q&A box, which is there on your screen. So there are two window actually. One is chat and one is Q&A. So we request all of you to put questions only in Q&A session, Q&A window. Don't put any question in chat window, because we may lost a question in chat window. So without wasting time, I would thank you, Dr. Ruchir, for joining us,
Welcome.
and over the presentation to Dr. Ruchir. Thank you.
So very good morning to all of you, those who are attending the session. So today the session is on lockdown COVID-19, need of current times. We will be focusing on the major aspects of COVID-19 with respect to causation and prevention, and we will discuss them one by one, and I hope I will be discussing them in English language, and it will be in a simple language. Otherwise, also if you have any queries, you can ask at the end in the question tab. So we will start with the session. So we will be talking about the novel coronavirus disease, which is also called as COVID-19. So what is novel coronavirus disease? Coronavirus disease or COVID-19 is caused by a novel coronavirus that leads to cough, fever, or difficulty in breathing. So what is the coronavirus? Coronavirus is actually a large family of viruses which in general cause respiratory infections. So many of the old outbreaks like MERS, SARS, you must have heard, these all viruses belong to the coronavirus family only. So COVID-19 is the disease which is caused by the most recently discovered coronavirus, which is called as SARS-CoV-2. So please make sure you understand the difference. The name of the new virus is SARS-CoV-2, and the disease that is caused by that SARS-CoV-2 is called as COVID-19. So the respiratory infections from the coronavirus, which is causing COVID-19, can range from a common cold to severe diseases. So what is COVID-19? I have already told, it is the most recently discovered coronavirus causing the disease. The first outbreak was there in Wuhan in China in December 2019, and that is when this virus was discovered. When the infection was seen and the virus was isolated from those infected, it was seen that it had a unique genetic makeup which was not earlier seen in any of the viruses, and hence this virus was named as SARS-CoV-2, and the disease caused due to SARS-CoV-2 was labeled as COVID-19. So what are the major symptoms of COVID-19? There are three major symptoms that you need to be aware of: fever, cough, and difficulty in breathing. The most common symptoms are fever, body ache, which are sort of present together only, and dry cough, The less common symptoms are body ache, body pains, nasal congestion, runny nose, sore throat, and diarrhea. Please make sure that you are clear of all this, that symptoms are usually mild and they begin gradually, means they develop over a period of time. Some of the people are infected with coronavirus but do not develop any symptoms, and 80% of the infected people are infected with such a illness of such a level that they recover without any special treatment for the coronavirus. Approximately 1 in every 6 patients become severely ill and they develop difficulty in breathing. So fever and cough are the most common symptoms which are seen in almost all the cases if they are symptomatic. Many of the cases do not develop any symptoms, and even if they develop, they just present with a mild illness having fever and cough only. Only in 1 in 6 patients develop severe illness which have breathing difficulties. And this severe illness, there are some predispositions, that there are certain high risk factors, that if the there is old age, if there is underlying medical problems like high blood pressure, heart problems, diabetes, or you are already having some ongoing infection, you have some treatment ongoing, for example chemotherapy is ongoing or other immunosuppressing therapy is ongoing, TB treatment is ongoing, antiretroviral therapy is ongoing, then these are certain risk factors for severe disease. And if you have fever, cough along with difficulty in breathing, it is an indicator to seek medical attention. So to summarize, disease is coronavirus disease 2019 or COVID-19 caused by a novel coronavirus called SARS-CoV-2. The symptoms are fever, cough, and difficulty in breathing. If you have the symptoms of fever, cough, and difficulty in breathing, and you have a history of contact with a positive case, then you must immediately call your state helpline number or the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare helpline number, which is written here, and you can get the state helpline number from your local health facility or the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare website. So there are many misconceptions on this topic, that how is COVID-19 spread. So I would like to give some clarity on this. So COVID-19 spreads from person to person either directly or indirectly. Directly, how can it spread? It can spread through small droplets which are generated from the nose and mouth when the person is either coughing or even simply exhaling. So these small droplets can be inhaled by another person who is not sick, and he can develop the infection. This is how a person to person transmission takes place directly. And that is why the concept of social distancing, which is now labeled as physical distancing by WHO, World Health Organization, came into place, which mandates a distance of approximately 3 feet or 1 meter between two persons, so that this transmission, direct to direct transmission, is prevented. Indirect transmission, how does it take place? The droplets which the person exhales through his nose or mouth, the droplets can land on objects or surfaces, and other people can touch these surfaces, and then if they touch their face, nose, mouth, or eyes, these droplets can indirectly go to their mucosa, and they can get infected. So droplets can be directly inhaled and droplets can be indirectly spread. So no air spread is there, only direct and indirect droplet spread is there. It is possible to catch it from someone with mild cough. I have told you the concept, but no air spread is there. The virus does not float around in the air for spread. The virus survival on surfaces. So virus survival on surfaces, there are different kind of surfaces, and the virus survival in any condition outside the body depends on two factors: which surface it is on and what is the ambient temperature and the humidity. So these are the two factors which influence the virus survival on any surface. So it can range from few hours to several days. On organic or inanimate surfaces, it stays on for few hours to days, and in certain surfaces like steel, metal, it can even be viable for 3 to 4 to 5 days if the temperature and humidity conditions are favorable. It has been shown that in case of high humidity and high heat, the survival of the virus is reduced. So still also the research is ongoing on the epidemiology of the virus, that how the virus survives and all. So this is evidence from the initial data that we have on the virus survival. So who is a suspect? Who will you suspect to be a COVID-19 patient? So anyone with fever or at least one of these symptoms, cough or difficulty in breathing, and a history of either travel or a history of contact with a confirmed case in the last 14 days. So you should have symptoms and you should have this history. Okay. So what are the treatment options available? The treatment options available for COVID-19 are none. No specific antibiotic or antiviral is at present effective, found to be effective against COVID-19 or novel coronavirus. Only symptomatic treatment is available, which means that the symptoms that are coming, fever, cough, difficulty in breathing, they can be uh, managed through this medicines. No vaccine, no preventive or vaccine or any kind of specific antiviral agent is available. Ongoing trials are there, which are establishing the uh, treatment line for these novel coronavirus. There is one more thing I would like to mention, that one drug has shown to be promising, although research is continuing on that. One hydroxychloroquine is there, which is being used for prophylaxis. But I would like to recommend that I would like to tell you that the prophylaxis of hydroxychloroquine is not recommended for all. It is only recommended for those healthcare workers who are directly in contact or directly attending to COVID-19 patients, or those people who are living along with those people who are COVID-19 positive. So what precautions should we take? First, we should frequently hand wash. So we should regularly and thoroughly hand wash our hands with soap and water for at least 40 seconds. Or if soap and water is not available, we should use a alcohol based hand rub with 70% alcohol content. So the recommended content is 70%, but you can also use 60% and above. But minimum that the alcohol concentration should be there in the hand rub should be 60%. Second point, we should maintain social distancing or physical distancing. That is the practice of at least 1 meter distance between yourself and others. Avoid going to crowded places. Avoid organizing and attending events, prayers, or parties. And if you are going to crowded places, now the guidelines recommend state specific guidelines are there that mandate the use of mask, and some states have even imposed a fine on uh, not wearing mask. They have made the mask mandatory if you are stepping out of your home. So for example, in Delhi, Mumbai, in certain other states also, mask has been made mandatory. Third point, you should avoid touching your eyes, nose and mouth, because I have already told you that how the indirect spread of those droplets which are exhaled by the COVID-19 positive patients can spread. So contaminated hands can transfer the virus. Next, practice good respiratory hygiene. What you can do in this, you should cover your mouth and nose with either handkerchief or tissue when you cough or sneeze, or if that is not there, you can do it in your elbow. Dispose of the used tissue immediately in a closed dustbin. Wash your hands with soap and water as we have discussed earlier, and if not available, then hand sanitizer or hand rub. Stay informed, take care and follow your advice from your local health provider. Stay informed on the latest developments about COVID-19. You can be informed about the latest developments from either the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare website, the news media, Twitter handles of Ministry of Health. So these are again a repetition of what we have learned. So we would like to revise what we should do when coughing or sneezing. We should cover our mouth or nose. We should wash hands with soap and water frequently, and if not available, then we should use hand rub. We should keep distance and avoid close contact to prevent direct transmission. We should avoid touching nose, eyes, and mouth to prevent indirect transmission. And if you have fever, cough, or difficulty in breathing along with travel history or contact with a suspected or confirmed case, then you should report yourself for testing and contact the helpline or the nearby health facility. So a comprehensive video has been developed on preventive measures. I would like to play that video and I would like to listen to you to this video. So.
Protecting yourself from coronavirus. The coronavirus disease, or COVID-19, has spread around most of the world. The best way to protect yourself from the coronavirus is to remember the following 3 preventative measures. First, wash your hands often. Use soap and water for at least 20 seconds, or hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol in it. Completely cover both of your hands when you wash them. Put enough hand sanitizer on your hands to cover them completely, and rub your hands together for at least 20 seconds until they feel dry. Do not rinse or wipe off the hand sanitizer before it's dry. Let the sanitizer properly dry on your hands. Second, avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth with unwashed hands. If you do touch your face, wash your hands again. Third, clean and disinfect frequently touched surfaces daily. Use locally recommended or approved disinfectants on these surfaces. Wash your hands before and after cleaning. Some further tips to remember when in public include: always cover your mouth and nose when you sneeze or cough using a tissue or the inside of your elbow. Wash or sanitize your hands, as mentioned before, for at least 20 seconds after coughing or sneezing. Avoid close contact with others if COVID-19 is spreading in your community. This step is very important if you are at higher risk of getting sick. There are many things that can lead to higher risk, such as being elderly, pre-existing medical conditions such as diabetes, or having other sicknesses that lower your immunity. If you are sick, stay at home except when seeking medical care. Separate yourself from other people and animals in your home. Do not go to work, school, or public areas. Avoid using public transportation, ride-sharing, or taxis. Reasons to seek medical care include temperature over 38 degrees Celsius or 101 degrees Fahrenheit, worsening cough, or shortness of breath. If COVID-19 is spreading in your community, avoid any unnecessary social interactions with large groups of people. You should stay at home if you can. All communities need to work together to limit the spread of the coronavirus. Remember to wash your hands with soap and water or hand sanitizer. Don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth with unwashed hands, and disinfect frequently used surfaces. Please seek the latest information from your local health authorities or the World Health Organization, as this is an ever-changing situation.
So I think the major preventive measures are clear to all of you. I would like to further assert that again, that for hand wash, if you are doing it with soap and water, you should do it for at least 20 seconds, and ideal is 40 seconds. And how to, the steps of hand washing we will discuss later on. How to wear a mask we will also discuss later on, and how to disinfect different surfaces we will also discuss that later. If you are using an alcohol hand rub, please make sure that you rub your hands on in the same manner as you do during hand wash for at least 20 seconds. And do not wipe your hands after that. Let the alcohol hand rub dry on its own. This is another video on preventive measures by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. I would also like you to have a look on this.
Namaskar, this is Amitabh Bachchan. The novel coronavirus or COVID-19 disease can be stopped. Together, we can do it. All we need to do is to take some basic precautions. Whenever you cough or sneeze, always cover your mouth with a handkerchief or a tissue. Throw the used tissues into a closed dustbin immediately. Don't touch your eyes, nose, mouth unnecessarily. Wash your hands with soap more frequently and for at least 20 seconds. Avoid participating in large gatherings. If you have a cough, fever, or difficulty in breathing, avoid close contact with anyone. Visit the nearest health facility or your doctor immediately if you have any of these symptoms. Cover your mouth and nose using a mask or a cloth at this time. For more information, contact the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, whose helpline is 011-239-78046. Help us to help you.
So I hope that all the preventive measures are clear to everyone by now, and all the misconceptions that were there in your mind are all sorted through. So now we will discuss hand washing, how to wash your hands, what are the steps of hand washing. We will be showing you a video of hand washing that has been developed by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare with the help of AIIMS Delhi. Please make sure you watch it clearly. We can also share the link of the video later on, so we can watch it again and again if you have any misconceptions about that. So please watch this video and take care, then see that what are the steps of hand washing.
Hand wash should take about 1 minute. Before you begin, remove all your jewelries or count from 1 to 10 in each steps. Wet hands with water and apply enough soap to cover all surfaces of the hands. Let water run smoothly to avoid touching the tap. Rub hands palm to palm to obtain a good quantity of foam. Rub right palm over back of left hand with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Hand wash surfaces of the hands. To cover all surfaces of the hands. Let water run smoothly to avoid touching the tap. Rub hands palm to palm to obtain a good quantity of
This is the first step, that you have to rub your hands palm to palm. Then we go
foam.
to the second
Rub
step.
right palm over back of left hand with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Rub again palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Rub back of fingers to opposing palms with
This is the third step, where you rub back of fingers with the opposite palm.
fingers interlocked, repeating this action for each hand. Rub rotationally, left thumb claps in right palm and vice versa.
This is the fourth step, where you have to rub your thumb and the adjoining area.
To clean tips of fingers, rub rotationally backwards and forwards with clasped fingers of right hand over left palm and vice versa.
This is the fifth step.
Hand wash over left palm and vice versa. Rinse thoroughly with running water. Dry hands thoroughly with a single-use towel. If tap is not elbow operated, use this towel to turn off the tap without touching directly. Your hands are now clean and safe.
So I think this is clear to everyone, and with this only I would like to also, this is a WHO guideline, which is a myth buster. So can spraying alcohol or chlorine solution all over the body kill the new coronavirus? So no, spraying alcohol or chlorine all over your body will not kill the coronavirus that has already entered your body, and spraying such substance can be harmful to the clothes as well as the mucous membranes. So what is the what are the guidelines for use of mask? When to use mask, which mask to use, and how to wear a mask, we will be discussing. So everyone need not wear a mask. Only wear a mask if you have symptoms, or you are caring for a COVID-19 suspect, or you are a health worker attending to patients with respiratory symptoms. These were the guidelines which were given by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. But you can say that in the current scenario, these guidelines are recommended for N95 mask. So these are the situations in which an N95 mask is recommended. But if you are going out, or you are going to any supermarket, or you are traveling in the public, or you're going to office, then everyone should now wear a mask, and a 3-ply surgical mask or a reusable cloth mask is the recommended type of mask. The 3-ply surgical mask is disposable and you should not reuse it. However, a cloth mask, if you are using, then you should make sure of 2 or 3 things, that you should change it daily. So you should at least have 2 to 3 masks. So you should use a mask, then wash it and let it dry, and use the new mask the subsequent day. So you should change it daily, and the mask should be big enough to cover on the top above your nose, the nose bridge, and below up to the chin, just below the chin. So the mask should be wide enough to cover these 2 areas. And if you are using a 3-ply surgical mask, then make sure that the nose pin is on top and outside. That is the way to wear a disposable surgical 3-ply mask correctly. And please also make sure that when you are wearing a mask, you should clean your hands with hand rub or soap and water before wearing it. When you have worn it, make sure that your mouth and nose are completely covered with mask. Incomplete masks, or the masks which are having their bridge between the nose and mouth, are not recommended and not even effective. Please make sure that there are no gaps between the face and the mask. Avoid touching the front of the mask while using it, and if you do it by mistake, then clean your hands with soap and water or hand rub. While removing also, please make sure that you do not touch the front of the mask. Please use only the elastic or the ties which are there in the mask to remove the mask and dispose it off, holding that only. Replace the mask with a new one as soon as it is damp, and do not reuse single-use mask. We have already discussed this. I have already told you that remove it from behind. Do not touch the front of the mask while removing it. Discard it immediately in a closed bin and then clean your hands. So now a summary of all the preventive measures that we have discussed. So frequent hand washing, covering of nose and mouth, throwing used tissues in your closed bins. If you have these symptoms which we have discussed, then you should report to the health system and call the helpline. Avoid participating in large gatherings and wear a mask when stepping outside. We should not have any close contact with anyone. We should not touch our eyes, nose and mouth, and we should not spit in public. Now we will discuss the disinfection for COVID-19. So what all needs to be disinfected and what to use for disinfection. So office spaces are recommended for disinfection every day, at least once a day if they are if the office is running for fixed number of hours, and if the office is running 24 hours, then at least twice a day disinfection should be done. The order should be from disinfection from cleaner areas to dirtier areas and from indoors to outdoors. What should be used? The ideal solution that is recommended for disinfection of all these common places is 1% hypochlorite solution, and that is the only solution that is currently recommended by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and WHO also for disinfection. Metallic surfaces can also be disinfected by 70% alcohol solution if 1% hypochlorite is not available, and hand sanitizing station should be there at the entry and exit points of the office spaces. So please make sure that these 3 things are there, that daily disinfection with hypochlorite solution is there of office spaces. Metallic surfaces are cleaned with 70% alcohol if 1% hypochlorite is not there, or they can be even done with 1% hypochlorite also. Hand sanitizing stations are there at the entry and exit points. Rubber boots, heavy duty gloves and triple layer mask should be there for all the workers who are using this disinfection. And in outdoor areas, there is very less risk as there is airflow and sunlight is there. So you should target only those surfaces that are being frequently used. For example, the lift, if they are opening in the outdoor area, then the button panel and the overall walls of the lift, there are benches, there are common sitting areas. So these are the areas that should be, if there is any common working place in the outdoors, any sitting arrangement, these are the areas in the outdoors which should be focused upon for disinfection. So 70% alcohol can be used to wipe down the surfaces where the use of bleach is not suitable, for example metal. Or if none of these is available, then you can use chlorxylenol or benzalkonium chloride. Sorry. So one more thing, we should always use freshly prepared sodium hypochlorite solution. How to prepare it, I will discuss. And we should disinfect all the equipments and prevent cross contamination. All the equipments that are being used for disinfection and should also be disinfected. So these are the guidelines by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare for preparation of 1% sodium hypochlorite solution. The first column shows the different products which are available in the market, the commercial products. The available chlorine content of these commercial products is what is shown in the second column, and how to make that product as a 1% hypochlorite solution is the third column. So for example, second last row we see, if bleaching powder is available, very frequently available in the market, if you are using bleaching powder, it has 70% available chlorine. So you should add 7 grams of bleaching powder to 1 liter of water to make it as a 1% hypochlorite solution. There are certain myths and facts which we should discuss regarding to COVID-19. So cold weather and snow cannot kill the coronavirus, as well as hot and humid climate also cannot kill the coronavirus. The virus survival varies in these different weathers. It is not that in any of the weather conditions the coronavirus cannot survive. There is no such weather condition. Hand dryers are not effective in killing the coronavirus. There is no evidence that regular rinsing of nose with saline has infection protection. So ultraviolet light should not be used for sterilization and it can cause skin irritation. So the only recommended solution is 1% hypochlorite solution. Garlic is healthy, but there is no evidence that it is protecting from coronavirus. It is not transmitted through mosquito bites. It is not transmitted directly through flies, but it can indirectly be transmitted if the droplets are transmitted by the flies. Thermal scanners can detect if people have a fever, but it cannot detect the coronavirus. No antibiotics or antivirals are currently effective against the virus. There is no evidence as such presently. Some cases have been reported in cats and dogs and tigers that coronavirus has been found, but there is no present evidence that animals can transmit coronavirus. This I have already discussed. No spraying alcohol or chlorine all over your body will not kill the virus. To date, there is no specific medicine available. Taking a hot bath does not prevent coronavirus, and no vaccine at present is available against coronavirus. So the final message, the sum up of all this in a video has been done by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. So kindly have a look at the video.
क्या हुआ अली भैया?
अरे दीदी, आजकल वो बीमारी फैली हुई है ना, कोरोना, जो खांसने से फैलती है। टीवी पर भी दिखा रहे हैं उसके बारे में।
बिल्कुल सही कहा आप लोगों ने, लेकिन हर खांसने वाला व्यक्ति कोरोना से ग्रसित नहीं होता। साथ ही ध्यान देने वाली बात ये भी है कि खांसते या छींकते समय मुंह को ढक लें। ठीक है ना रवि भैया?
अच्छा दीदी, अब मैं हमेशा खांसते या छींकते समय मुंह को जरूर ढक लूंगा। पर दीदी, खांसना या छींकना तो सामान्य जुकाम में भी होता है, कोरोना इससे अलग कैसे है?
कोरोना में सूखी खांसी, बुखार और सांस लेने में परेशानी जैसे लक्षण होते हैं और संक्रमित व्यक्ति के संपर्क में आने से ये बीमारी फैलती है। अगर किसी को ये लक्षण दिखें तो तुरंत राज्य हेल्पलाइन या स्वास्थ्य और परिवार कल्याण मंत्रालय की हेल्पलाइन पर संपर्क करें। साथ ही लक्षणों वाले व्यक्ति, उनकी देखभाल कर रहे लोग और स्वास्थ्य कर्मी को मास्क लगाना अनिवार्य है। जिससे अन्य व्यक्तियों को संभावित संक्रमण से बचाया जा सके। बाकी सभी को मास्क लगाने की आवश्यकता नहीं है।
क्या ये बीमारी सभी को हो सकती है?
हाँ, ये बीमारी सभी उम्र के लोगों को हो सकती है, परंतु खासकर ऐसे लोग जो बाहरी देश या शहर की यात्रा से लौटे हैं, उनमें ये रोग होने की संभावना ज्यादा है। जिन व्यक्ति की आयु 60 वर्ष से अधिक हो या जो मधुमेह, उच्च रक्तचाप और सांस लेने में तकलीफ जैसे रोग से ग्रसित हों, उनमें इस बीमारी से जोखिम होने का खतरा ज्यादा होता है।
कोरोना की जांच और इलाज कहाँ किया जा सकता है?
कोरोना की जांच और इलाज सरकार द्वारा प्रमाणित संस्थानों पर की जाती है, जिसकी सूची नजदीकी स्वास्थ्य केंद्र के चिकित्सा अधिकारी के पास मौजूद है। संक्रमित लोगों को अस्पताल में दूसरे मरीजों से अलग रखा जाता है। संक्रमित व्यक्ति के संपर्क में आए हुए लोगों को चिकित्सा अधिकारी की सलाह अनुसार घर पर 14 दिन तक अलग रखा जाता है। इस दौरान घर के अन्य सदस्य और आसपास के लोगों को बिना घबराए और सावधानी बरतते हुए संक्रमित व्यक्तियों का हौसला बनाए रखना चाहिए। साथ ही चिकित्सा अधिकारी की सूचनाओं का पालन करना चाहिए।
इस बीमारी से बचाव का क्या तरीका है?
इस बीमारी से बचाव के लिए कुछ खास बातों का ध्यान रखना जरूरी है, जैसे जितना हो सके घर पर रहें। सार्वजनिक स्थल जैसे मेला और भीड़ वाले धार्मिक स्थल में जाने से बचें। लोगों के निकट संपर्क से बचें और कम से कम 1 मीटर की दूरी बनाए रखें। बाहर से लौटने पर खांसने, छींकने, किसी जगह को छूने, खाना खाने से पहले और शौच के बाद नियमित रूप से साबुन और पानी से हाथों को धोएं। स्वास्थ्य कर्मियों द्वारा बताए गए सही तरीके से हाथ धोने से संक्रमण से बचाव होगा। हाथों को 40 सेकंड तक धोना चाहिए। खांसने और छींकने पर मुंह और नाक को रुमाल से ढकें। अच्छा होगा कि आप अपनी मुड़ी हुई कोहनी में खांसें या छींकें, अपने हाथों में नहीं। सार्वजनिक स्थानों पर न थूकें या चिल्लाएं नहीं और बार बार अपनी आँख, नाक और मुंह को न छुएं। सावधान और सतर्क रहें, कोरोना से बचें।
I feel that the video was able to summarize everything which we have discussed till now in the session, and now I think we are ready for question and answers.
Thank you, Dr. Ruchir, for taking us through a lot of important information with respect to COVID. And it was good to know a lot of mythbusters. Now we will take questions, right? So we have a couple of questions received already.
Questions and answers tab. So one,
Yeah.
you cannot wash a mask if it is the disposable mask. If you have a cloth reusable mask, then only you can wash the mask. A disposable mask should be disposed of just after a single use. Recommended disinfectants for use in tunnel. So tunnel was developed by DRDO, but now yesterday only the guideline came that, as I have already showed you, that this spraying of alcohol and chlorine on body is not good for mucous membrane as well as the clothes. So ministry has at present discontinued the use of these disinfection tunnels which were being used. They were using hypochlorite solution only for spray over the body, and that was recommended by DRDO only for those personnel who are coming out or going in of the hospital, not for all the patients. But now also that disinfection for using the tunnel has been discontinued. If one person is family in positive, then most probably he will be put in isolation at a health facility. He will not be allowed to stay at home. But if someone has been asked for quarantine, they should remain isolated to a single room in the home, and no one should be allowed to enter that room. You can get these videos. These videos are available on the Ministry of Health and website YouTube handle. So you can get all these videos on that Ministry of Health and Family Welfare YouTube handle. What is the size of coronavirus? It is 500 microns. How long does it float in the air? I have told you that it does not float in the air. So the spread through air is not there due to this. No, if you are you putting the tissue in a closed bin, you should dispose it as you are discarding your regular waste in a black bag. There is no use of burning it or disinfecting it. Only sodium hypochlorite is recommended as a choice of disinfectant currently, and for certain surfaces where hypochlorite is usually not that effective or detrimental. For example, it corrodes metallic surfaces. So for those surfaces only the 70% alcohol is recommended. 1% is recommended. Why is there no reduction here? Certainly there is a reduction in the frequency of cases of COVID-19 case count. If you see at the trends, the reduction has just started, but obviously the total count is rising only. What is the chemical of for disinfectant for office? Same, 1% hypochlorite solution. In case you want to do a society sanitization, what specific areas are important to cover and what is the frequency? So I have told you that in case of an outdoor scenario, you have to sanitize the commonly used surfaces like benches, lifts, lift panels, gates. So these should be sanitized once a day. No, only 1% hypochlorite solution is recommended. Stages of pandemic, for COVID-19 specifically, 4 stages have been announced, and at present we are somewhere between stage 2 and stage 3, where stage 2 is spread of cases to contacts of those who have traveled outside, and stage 3 is establishment of community transmission. We are somewhere in between these stage 2 stages, where certain hotspots have been identified and they have been logged and they have been barricaded. In China, some chemical spray. In China also, the concept came from China only. These disinfection tunnels were being used there only, but even they have established that they are not sure of the utility of these disinfection tunnels. There is no specific quantity of solution. You just have to use a knapsack pump or a handheld pump to spray 1% hypochlorite solution. I also sodium hypochlorite, obviously if inhaled it can cause respiratory mucosal irritation, so that is why only a spray is recommended. It should not be sprayed on the body or anywhere in the body surface. And if a person is infected with with corona SARS-CoV-2, then there is no use of disinfecting his clothes or his skin, because he will be regularly shedding the virus from his respiratory mucosa, and so ideally he should be wearing a mask in order to prevent spread of COVID-19. How often we have to disinfect service? So any area, any public area, and any office space should be disinfected once daily, and if it is running in 2 shifts, then it should be done twice daily. Yes, I have already told that hypochlorite, in case of for metallic surfaces, we should use 70% alcohol. There is no process of human disinfection, already discussed. If you buy vegetables, just leave them for some time outside and you can just wash them under running water. Yes, you can put them in fridge once they are washed. I have already discussed the effectiveness of and the utility of hydroxychloroquine. Not everyone is recommended for hydroxychloroquine intake. Only those who are contacts of positive cases and for those healthcare workers who are directly attending to COVID-19 patients, it is recommended at present only for those. So please don't self-medicate. Do not take hydroxychloroquine on your own. Best disinfectant, I have already told you, 1% hypochlorite in the water. Dose rate is different for different products. So you can refer to that table which shows that what all solutions you can use and what all products you can use and how much they have to be diluted. In quarantine society, black bin is collected. I am not sure about of this question, but I will just tell you that if there is no separate waste management guidelines, the waste management guidelines are only for healthcare facilities. No home related waste management guidelines are there. If a person is in quarantine, then normal as the waste is being discarded, you have to do that. And if he is positive, he or she is positive, then obviously they will be moved to a health hospital or healthcare facility. Hydrogen peroxide is with silver is currently not recommended. Disinfection services by pest control operator are legal or illegal. At present, I am not sure of this. This you can check with the other regulatory authorities about the licensing which you have asked health department on the services. Obviously, in health department, the services will be used from any authority or any service provider who has been appointed by the health facility. And in case of other areas like in a society and all, I am not sure. What is the percentage of that is the guideline which never came. There was no clarity on the percentage of sodium hypochlorite which was being used in the tunnels, disinfection tunnels, and currently the use of them has been discontinued. It is recommended that they should not be used now. Electronic equipment surfaces can be cleaned with a 70% alcohol solutions. Soap powder is usually not recommended as a disinfection for outdoor surfaces. Only 1% sodium hypochlorite solution, or in certain cases 70% alcohol is recommended. No other recommended solutions are there. No, pest control is not effective in these situations. Pests are something else and this virus is something else. So I have already told you that heat, humidity and surface, these are very variable conditions and no one will be able to quote a certain figure for any surface. So it all varies, but it is like on organic surfaces, the survival is somewhat less, and on metallic surfaces, wooden surfaces, the survival is somewhat more. This program was already conducted in Hindi language few days back. There are also certain private labs now which have been appointed by ICMR where you can get the testing done. The health facilities, government health facilities for testing have also been expanded, and all these facilities list are available on the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and ICMR website. But certain guidelines are there which should be fulfilled before getting yourself tested for COVID-19. Not any person or any person can go for testing for COVID-19. You have to check for your area only that what all labs are available in Mumbai. So in Delhi, for example, Ranbaxy and Ranbaxy labs and Lalpath labs have been certain labs which are being appointed in the private setup. Hydroxychloroquine is used to cure malaria. Yes, you are right. But how is it effective against viral disease? There has been certain evidence that it has been shown that it prevents, so it is being used as a chemoprophylaxis for COVID-19, but obviously currently research also is ongoing on this, that how exactly it is effective. What kind of PPE should be used by a disinfection service provider? I have already told you that you should have good quality boots, rubber boots, and good quality of gloves and mask for disinfection service providers. Virus can persist on vegetables and groceries, obviously if it is spreading indirectly, but you can leave the vegetables and groceries outside for some time and then you can wash them and use them. Or you can, if not possible washing, then you can wipe them and use them. So I think that finishes all the questions.
Yeah, so I think we have you have already answered all the questions which we have received. Maybe we'll wait for 1 minute if we receive any question. Otherwise, we can close this webinar. Yeah. There's one more question. You said fly carry droplet. Can you elaborate?
This was a question in the last session, the Hindi session that I took. So I was just elaborating on that only, that no mosquito bite or flies cannot as such transmit, but and there has been no evidence also. But obviously the droplets which are there on different surfaces, so those in droplets can indirectly be carried by flies from one surface to other. Just like we can touch those droplets, and if we touch our face and nose and mouth, so it can be indirectly transmitted. In the same manner, the fly can also carry that, or any other thing can also carry that droplet, and it can transmit.
So rock salt is also sodium chloride. Will it be helpful?
Yes, any solution which contains chlorine can be helpful, and you just have to make sure that the correct dilution is in place to make it exactly as 1% sodium hypochlorite solution. And that is why that table is there, that can be shared with the attendees later on, so that it is also available on Ministry of Health and Family Welfare website, the disinfection guidelines for common public places. It is by the name of these.
I think you have already shared disinfection. I think it's one daily you have to disinfect the workplace.
It works daily. If it is working in shifts, then you should do it twice. It's like when anyone, a group of people is leaving that public place, then you should sanitize it. H2O2 is not recommended. Ammonium chloride cannot be used. Only 1% hypochlorite solution is there. Cat. I have told you animal transmission has not been established. Animal transmission has not been established. Only certain cases of transmissions by cats, certain cases of finding the virus in cat, dog, 1 or 2 cases, and 1 case recently came of finding it in tiger. Touch with person causes coronavirus. I have told you that indirectly it can cause. So that is why social distance, indirectly or indirectly, both can cause spread from a person who is infected. So you have to maintain appropriate distance, and if there is a patient in a particular house, then the entire house needs to be disinfected. Yes. I have told you that tunnel is now currently not recommended. So I think we can just leave what can be used, what cannot be used. Any kind of chlorine solution to be sprayed on mucous membranes or skin is not recommended. So that is why tunnels are now not recommended. So that finishes everything.
Yeah, so we finished all the questions. So thank you so much, Dr. Ruchir, for sparing your time with us and sharing a lot of important information in the benefit of all our pest control community for self as well as community protection. Again, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us and for putting us your questions. And special thanks, Dr. Ruchir, for sharing us the valuable time and information. I wish everyone stay safe, stay home, and have a great day. Thank you.